Welcome to Dateline Polk with news about your local county government. I'm your host, Kate West. Today, you'll learn about County Commissioners' actions from the March 19th meeting. County Attorney Michael Craig presented an update on the mediation process with the county's solid waste hauler, Republic Services. Commissioners approved an amendment to the Parks and Recreation 5-year community investment program and a one-time budget transfer of approximately $6.3 million. The amendment revises construction plans for several parks that were included in the program. Director of Parks and Natural Resources, Jeff Spence, has the amendment details.
County staff, Parks and Recreation staff, has re-examined our capital investment program for our parks and tried to balance the needs of the parks and improvements in those parks with the available money that we have. We've just presented to the Board of County Commissioners a modification to our CIP, our Community Investment Program, which really spreads the money around and addresses some real important needs. It allows us to complete the Poinciana Community Park, complete some safety issues out at the Port Hatchinahall Park, complete the campground out at Coleman Landing, first phase for Walker Road, and some changes to our Loyce Hart Park. So the board just approved the amendment, and we'll be getting to work on these projects as soon as possible.
Board members approved a bid award of approximately $1.4 million to Lane Construction of Lakeland for safety and intersection improvements to Clubhouse Road. Transportation Director Jay Jarvis has more information on the project.
I was here to report a bid award to Lane Construction Corporation for the Clubhouse Road Safety Improvements Project, which will include sidewalks, shoulder improvements, also milling and resurfacing the road, and intersection improvements at Yarborough Lane and Clubhouse Road.
The board approved the annual renewal of the county's property insurance contracts. The renewal contracts insure the county's commercial property program at a premium of approximately $1.8 million. The contracts also include terrorism coverage at an annual premium of approximately $51,000 and a boiler and machinery coverage for an annual premium of approximately $29,000. Mike Kushner, Director of Risk Management, has the contract details.
This presentation today, an agenda item, was for the renewal of the board's the county's property insurance program for all of its buildings and facilities within the county. The insurance protects the assets of the county against loss for hurricane, windstorm, and other perils. The total amount budgeted for this total cost of the premium is $1.926 million, and we successfully negotiated a renewal with only a slight increase of 2.7%. For the citizens of Polk County, in the event of a serious loss, this insurance would help rebuild all of our facilities and help the county continue operations in the event of a loss so that the county can continue to do business with its citizens.
In regular board action, commissioners approved the minutes from their board meeting held on March 5th. They also approved the consent agenda as well as disbursements from the county comptroller. Board members and county staff celebrated the commitment of 8 employees who reached milestones in their careers this month. Congratulations to Kevin Gilliam in Fire Rescue for 20 years of service. For 25 years of service, we congratulate County Probation Officer John Bush, Chuck Henderson in Transportation, Doug McKetchin with Fire Rescue, and John Phillips with Fire Rescue. Celebrating 30 years of service is Billy Abernathy in the Emergency Operations Center and Cheryl Jefferson in Fire Rescue. And last but not least, Chris Little in Fire Rescue has served Polk County for 35 years. Moving on, commissioners reappointed J. Theron Stangry to the Industrial Development Authority for a 3-year term expiring January 2016. They also reappointed Carl Edward Locke Jr. and Robert Pierce to the Contractor Licensing Board for 3-year terms expiring December 2015. Next, the board recognized Kenneth Schultz for his many years of service to the Polk Commerce Center Community Redevelopment Agency. Mr. Schultz had a great impact on the CRA district, and we thank him for his contributions. Commissioners proclaimed April 6th as Children's Day in Polk County. Gilbert Rincon accepted the proclamation on behalf of the Early Learning Coalition of Polk County.
Absolutely. This is probably one of the most important times in the last 5 years when we talk about children and their education. We now have linked together the fact that children need to be start their education from 0 to 5 before they enter the school district. Today creates a great step in the partnership between the County Commission, the United Way Family Central, in order to educate these children. Today, the citizens will benefit because these are the most fragile population. This is the children we have to have ready. So when they enter kindergarten, they go to third grade, they leave third grade reading at third grade level. This also helps in our children attending school and learning the skills that they need to progress and enhance the community and the economy in Polk County.
Board members also proclaimed April as Polk County Firefighters Association Local 3531 Appreciation Month. The Muscular Dystrophy Association sponsored the proclamation in an effort to honor and support our local firefighters.
We presented a proclamation to the Polk County Fire Department, Local 3531, on behalf of the Muscular Dystrophy Association because they go out and raise money for MDA year after year on the county streets, filling their boot. I'm sure everyone has seen them out there. It's to recognize their efforts and to proclaim this Fire Appreciation Month, just to thank them and recognize what they do for MDA and the community at large every year.
Well, it's a very humbling experience, first of all, because you see the best in the community. Typically, we deal with people who are in a crisis situation, and this is something that's more controlled, but it's still just as necessary. No amount of equipment in our truck, in our station, can help people with MDA. Literally, the raising of funds to help support their treatment and maybe one day find a cure is all we can offer them.
During the public hearing, the board adopted an ordinance to suspend the processing of certain applications of solid waste facilities. The board wants to evaluate and, if necessary, modify its ordinances and regulations that concern the placement of solid waste management, disposal, and recovery materials processing facilities. The county attorney has engaged outside counsel to assist in this evaluation and recommends that in the interim, a temporary suspension be placed on such cases in order to allow proper evaluation. Board members adopted an applicant-initiated ordinance to amend the Land Development Code. The amendment affects transit commercial uses in Regional Activity Center X land use districts. Closing out the public hearings, commissioners adopted the Polk County Fertilizer Management Ordinance. Polk County was mandated by the Florida Department of Environmental Protection to adopt a fertilizer management ordinance in the recently issued stormwater permit. R.J. Walters, Communications Specialist for Transportation Planning Organization, joins us now with an update on transportation projects in Polk County.
Thanks, Kate. We'll start today with an update on the possible merger of Highlands County with the Polk TPO. Beginning late last year, TPO staff and Highlands County staff engaged in several discussions about how the counties might be able to partner to address local and regional transportation needs. Now that Highlands County has a large enough population to be considered an urbanized area, the determining factor of whether an area can receive funding is part of a metropolitan planning organization. Ultimately, Highlands County drafted a proposal that would have created a 6-county MPO made up of Highlands, DeSoto, Hardy, Hendry, and Okeechobee counties. But earlier this month, the state sent Highlands County notification that they would prefer the number of MPOs and TPOs be reduced instead of increased in the state. Thus, the door has swung back open for a possible partnership between Highlands County and the Polk TPO, depending on the direction provided by the state and Highlands County staff. The Polk TPO board adopted a resolution at its December meeting that is committed to exploring the partnership with Highlands County to determine what best accommodates local and regional transportation needs, as well as aligns with the fund designation process set forth by the state. Watch for more updates on this evolving situation on Facebook by liking the Polk TPO or by following us at Polk TPO on Twitter. Moving on to road construction updates and road closures to keep an eye on, we'll start with several projects that will pretty up and repurpose parts of downtown Lakeland. A multimodal update of sorts is underway on North Florida Avenue. Beginning March 22nd, crews will be reconstructing a rail crossing and improving the Citrus Connection bus terminal entrance. Detour signs will be posted in the area, and work is expected to continue until at least May. And on East Main Street from US 98 to west of Lake Bonnie Drive, crews are converting the 4-lane road to a 2-lane roadway with a concrete median in turn lanes. Motorists should be advised that the inside 2 lanes are permanently closed for the construction of the median. Motorists traveling to and through Bartow should also be ready to hit the brakes and consider alternate routes if they are venturing toward the US 98 State Road 60 intersection. Daytime lane closures will shut down portions of the road from Friday, March 22nd to Monday, March 25th as crews install pavement on the south side of the intersection. Motorists traveling north on Broadway Avenue should follow Fort Blount Street to Wilson Avenue to access State Road 60 in both directions. Motorists can use these same streets to access southbound Broadway Avenue from SR 60 in both directions. Access to State Road 60 from southbound US 98 is not currently affected by this work. As part of this capacity project that is also expanding a long stretch of US 98 from 4 lanes to 6, motorists should be on the lookout for construction signs and intermittent lane closures from CR 540A to Winter Lake Road. Further updates and a timeline for the project that is expected to be complete this fall are available online at idriveus98.com. Motorists on US 17 can expect intermittent daytime and nighttime lane closures right now as crews continue work on the new Bartow Northern Connector, which will connect US 98 to US 17. The inside northbound lane will see closures, as will the inside and outside southbound lanes. A rundown of other daytime lane closures that could last at least another 1 to 2 weeks includes the following roadways. Approximately 4.7 miles of State Road 60 from east of Peace Creek to US 27, SR 37 at the Mulberry Bridge south of SR 60 over the Alafaya River, SR 37 at Hillsborough Street, SR 33 in front of the Polk County Health Department, SR 33 south of I-4 at Bridge Water Center Lane, SR 33 north of Glenwood Drive, SR 17 Scenic Highway and Frostproof between F Street and I Street, and US 17 from 9th Street Southeast in Fort Meade to Tillman Road. When daytime construction crews are picking up their lunch pails to go home in those parts of the county, the night crews aren't yet on site at other projects throughout the county. The following are a list of projects that are expected to cause intermittent lane closures and traffic delays during night hours during the next several weeks. US 92 in Auburndale, east of Polk County Parkway, US 27 at Home Run Boulevard, US 17 at Avenue I Northwest, US 17 at Cypress Gardens Boulevard, SR 572 Airport Road at Gay Street, SR 540 north of 44th Avenue, and finally SR 37 just north of 540. When I see you in a few weeks, you can expect a rundown of the inaugural session of Polk TPO Transportation School, which is being sponsored in part by Palace Pizza, Tyndall Oliver & Associates, and Kimley Horn & Associates. Check out the Polk TPO on Facebook and Twitter in the meantime to see new public involvement opportunities and to find out when transportation school videos will be available on the PGTV website. With the planning and updates that move Polk, I'm RJ Walters.
To keep current with programs and progress in the county, visit us online at polk-county.net or follow us on Facebook and Twitter. We also encourage you to join us at the next scheduled board meeting at 9 a.m. on Tuesday, April 2nd. Thank you for watching this edition of Dateline Polk.